So, today we are talking about TV shows and movies based on video games. First, we are going to reveal some eye-opening facts about the most successful video game movies. Do you know what the highest-grossing video game movie of all time is? Then, we are going to compare video game movies and TV shows and break down why one is better than the other. Finally, we are going to shine a light on two of the best video game adaptations and then set fire to two of the worst video game adaptations. Welcome back to another episode of the Soundscape Sessions. I'm Mal. That's Adam.
A man of few words.
Trav's not here.
Any questions? I wasn't expecting. Yeah, he's not here.
He's not here.
Yeah,
our friend is sick today. We wish him all the best.
That's right. I've sent him my well wishes. I've sent him medicine, in the form of alchemy and potions and whatnot.
Oh damn, we've got.
So I've been online doing things lately, I guess you could say.
Oh my god!
Sexy segue.
What are you like a online stay-at-home alchemist?
Yeah, I don't like to go out too much. It's like outside scares me. I used to go out back in the day, but now I just like to stay home and do my alchemy.
Too many weird people at all those get-togethers.
Yeah, no, too many weirdos out there.
All right, so today, as I said earlier, we're talking about video game movies and TV shows. Mm-hmm. We released a podcast about the Minecraft movie, and that movie has kind of taken the world by storm a little bit, kind of reinvigorated the whole video game movie industry. It's already in the 100 highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah. Is it not already the most highest video game movie?
No, it's not.
No, it's not?
It is not the highest grossing video game.
I lied to then, bro. You know who you are. You lied to me. That's bullshit.
The highest grossing video game movie of all time, actually, is, do you want to take a guess?
Super Mario Brothers.
You nailed it. The Super Mario Brothers movie is the highest grossing movie of all time. That is the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in 2023.
Yeah. Chris Pratt.
Not the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in the 90s, I think.
Let's give credit where credit's due. That movie is wild style. That movie is out there. But in like... That's like the first guy that goes through the wall always gets bloody, right?
That's true.
So I got that from Moneyball, and I also got that from my father. First guy who goes through the wall always gets bloody, and let me tell you, John Leguizamo and I forget what his name is, the guy who plays Mario, but... That's
crazy that you just know that off the top of your head. This random movie from the 90s.
Yeah, but because it's so crazy, because like that movie is like so... It pissed so many people off.
So bad.
But people that loved it, you know?
Like, what's there even to love about that movie?
I'm going to be honest, man. The person, Bob Hoskins, that's his name. He annihilates it as Mario. It is out of the park so good as Mario. Like, he's so good. And John Leguizamo is kind of cool, too. And who's the bad guy in Speed? He plays Bowser. And he's not a dinosaur. He's just a guy with brains.
He's just a guy.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's like they don't even go to the Mushroom Kingdom. They're just like in Brooklyn or something.
Yeah, but it's like called the Mushroom Kingdom, but it literally looks, and the Goombas are just like big dudes with. It's crazy, man. I would recommend
an interpretation of what Mario could be, I guess.
And that movie, my point is that movie had to get beat down and bloodied, so that Chris Pratt and Keegan-Michael Key and Seth Rogen.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy. That's a hard name to say when you have a lisp. But
so that movie is the highest-grossing video game film of all time. It's the only video game film to cross the $1 billion mark.
Whoa!
Yeah, so it grossed $1.36 billion. And it is the 18th highest-growing film of all time.
So it's still growing.
Well, like, it's
not
like it's not in theaters anymore, but like it's talking about like box office revenue.
Okay.
It's the 18th highest grossing film of all time. The Super Mario Brothers movie starring Chris Pratt from 2023.
Yeah,
you know what's hilarious is like I watched that movie like with Christina and like I watched it straight up and I could not remember anything about that movie when
really
it came out. Yeah, it was like a fever dream or something that I couldn't even remember. And I was like, oh, we got Amazon Prime for a couple days, like let's watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. And she was like, why? We watched that. And I was like, what?
My brothers really love it. They're the ones who recommended it to me. And when I saw the cast, I was like, okay, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, that makes sense. And then it's like Chris Pratt. What the fuck? This guy's in everything. But cool.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
was kind of the era.
Is it decent? Is it? Yeah, Chris Pratt was kind of dominating everything at the time. The cast, from what I had seen, and also like from what I've heard of their actual performances, are like killer.
Yeah,
Like,
no, like the voice.
nobody was out
performance-
of place.
Yeah. And like I think that movie does like a lot of things like good, but like it doesn't do too many things great. The reviews for it were positive, right? Like it was rated like a 59% on like Rotten Tomatoes,
Well,
like from the
fine.
critics.
I mean, it's
So-
a video game movie. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but like at the same time though, that means like there were more positive reviews than negative reviews,
Yeah.
right? So, but like at the end of the day, it's not like overwhelmingly like it didn't change the wheel or anything, right?
Well, if anything, it made it spin faster.
Yes, well, exactly, right. The amount of money it made really kind of catapulted things. On a budget of like $100 million, you make like $1 billion on that. Like
it's like what, like 10%.
Yeah.
More. There's a number in there.
a bunch of money. Let's just go with
yeah,
that.
I don't.
So after the Super Mario Brothers movie, we have a Minecraft movie already.
I mean, that movie's crazy. The trajectory, like, it just goes to show the impact Minecraft has made on the world in half the time too.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Minecraft is like a much more relevant video game than Super Mario Brothers. Like it's, as we discussed in the other episode, Minecraft is the most popular video game of all time at this point.
Well, yeah, it's been like that for a while too. You just can't really compete with it. It's endless. It's like
open box.
How can you make a video game that never ends? And they figured it out.
You make Minecraft.
And if you do that, then you deserve to be the best video game of all time.
Yeah, well, so it's like it's well on its way. Like a Minecraft movie is like $845 million right now. Like people are saying it's probably going to surpass the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, like what came out like a month ago, just over a month ago at this point in time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's 100% going to pass the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I don't understand why, but that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but like once again, Super Mario Brothers movie was considered a bit better, so a Minecraft movie kind of has a critic score of 48%. So more negative reviews than positive reviews from critics.
Is there live action people? Is it because there's live action people in Minecraft?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You could like comparing the two movies. The Super Mario Brothers movie is definitely a lot more solid.
To use the word, oh, they're both video game movies. You can compare them. That's kind of not fair. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, like
right.
The Super Mario Brothers movie is like actually kind of like a movie, whereas like
yeah,
as we
there's
discussed,
a story, there's
as we discussed, a Minecraft movie has its problems, and I think the Super Mario Brothers movies, well, being kind of vanilla, let's say, is at least
more
a flavor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I also just realized that my boy Jack Black is in both. So he
oh yeah, he's Bowser.
Yeah, Jack Black. How did I not forget that? Jack Black is taking over currently, and I'm all for it. Like,
yeah,
I'm all for it. I don't want it. It seems like Minecraft might be like the tippy top, but that's okay, man.
I mean,
I enjoyed the ride. I like the Jumanji movies, man.
Jumanji, yeah, he was
board games that turn into.
He was in that Goosebumps movie too a few years back. Like,
not a good movie, but I really liked it. I really liked that movie.
So moving on, after that, we've got the third highest grossing video game movie of all time. I'm not sure if you'll expect this, but it's
Did they make a movie about Tetris?
No.
Then no idea.
It's the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Okay,
the most recent one that came out, I guess, last year in
Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
2024. Yeah, no, Sonic 3. It was the one that introduced Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sonic 3 was Shadow the Hedgehog was Sonic Adventures time, wasn't it? Or I don't know.
Are you talking about video games?
Oh, sorry, we're talking about movies. You're right.
Yeah, we're talking about movies.
Okay, yeah, I was just like Sonic 3 is the one that introduces Knuckles. But yeah, sorry, the movie, the third one. Yeah, I heard the second one was the tippy top of that as well.
Of the box office?
Of the three of them, yeah.
Well, no, because the third one made more money than the second one.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's the third highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Son of a gun. You know why?
$491 million.
You know why? When you put Keanu Reeves in anything, really, like it just does well, right?
Well, you know what's crazy is like this.
Also a very well cast movie too.
Yes,
incredibly well cast.
The thing about this movie though is it's definitely, as far as video game movies go, it's pretty good.
Oh.
85% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
So the cool thing about the Sonic the Hedgehog movies is that there was that whole entire, let's call it a kerfuffle with the internet, if you want to be Canadian about it. They completely made that hedgehog look, pardon my French, fucked up.
Oh, so brutal.
And like, it was the first instance of the internet having an actual voice and like the fans actually having and taking back like, don't you ruin this for us. And then that's something, I think that's something that made it more than it was. Also Jim Carrey.
Welcome home, my boy.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are
you? In the saggy flesh.
Yes, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that like that's another reason why like the first movie hit so hard, because it had like already had its own like meme going into it, I guess, and it was like known enough to not like, if they were warned enough to not mess it up. And then when the second one came out, they're just like, I think they had the plan of the 3 already, but they were probably just going to see how the first one went. That was like, what did you think like when the first time you heard the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was coming out, the first one?
Oh, I was like, this is going to be terrible.
Right?
Yeah,
and
I love Sonic.
And then me too. I was a Sega kid growing up. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. And so Sonic was like my boy and shit. So I was also kind of just like, what did they do to him? Like when you saw him.
Yeah, when you saw like the first Sonic the Hedgehog image that just like completely broke the internet.
And you were just like, what the hell is that thing?
Yeah,
like,
it's like there's no way this movie's going to be good. So like the response,
that looks like a dude.
The response to that image being released delayed the movie for a year as they like basically went and revamped like the character design for Sonic. When they came back, it was a lot more. The response was like much more positive, and it seemed like. I don't know. It seemed like they were dedicated on like trying to make like a good, charming movie with like. I mean, I think Sonic kind of has this advantage because like the games have always kind of like jumped in between Sonic's world and Sonic being in the real world. So like having Sonic be in the real world isn't something that's like outside the realm of the video game movies. Like with a Minecraft movie where you're trying to shoe in this like Minecraft universe into like the real world universe. So like Sonic didn't really have to overcome that. It was already kind of like baked in. And good cast, like Jim Carrey.
I genuinely enjoy how they thought it through. They listened, and look what happened when they listened. And to go back to just what I was saying earlier, I really like how they most likely saw if the first one was going to work, which it did. And then the second one, I feel like they knew the second one, okay, we're going to tie in Tails and Knuckles.
Yeah.
And it's going to be dope. And then Jim Carrey doesn't do sequels, but he's coming back for a sequel and shit, and so it's gonna be dope. And then that one crushed City, and I feel as though they were like they had it planned, like the whole thing. Maybe they didn't have Keanu Reeves like already in the bag. Maybe they didn't have Idris Elba in the bag, but I feel as though they like knew that they could like get it right, and they did. And I feel as though the box office numbers reflect that.
No, I mean the box office numbers reflect that. The critic scores.
The third one too. It's like, you know.
Yeah, the critics.
Anticipation for Shadow, Keanu Reeves.
Dude.
You know, like you're just like, fuck yes, bro. The motorcycle.
Like, let me just fanboy for a minute too, right? Like the first Sonic game I ever played was Sonic Battle Adventure 2.
No way.
And that was the one.
That's pretty wild.
That Shadow where he comes onto the scene and he's like,
he's got fangs in that for some reason. He's got like.
He's like got
fangs.
He's got like the jet shoes, and he's like using the Chaos Emeralds to like do this crazy stuff. And
you're like, that's not Sonic. Like, but he's black and red. Who the fuck, dude? Because they're all different. Sonic is the only hedgehog.
Yeah,
like Knuckles is an echidna. Fucking thing is a fox. You know, even Mighty the Armadillo is an armadillo.
Yeah,
that's a fucking. Way back.
Deep ass cut.
Mighty the Armadillo and shit. Incredibly like loved franchise to the point where I can understand why the box office numbers reflected that.
And like I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that the people were attached to it were like really dedicated in making a good movie. And like you're talking about the big names that came to it, like Idris Elba as Knuckles, like Jim Carrey as like Dr. Robotnik, and then Keanu Reeves coming to the third one. Like it's just, I feel like a lot of the times when a movie production isn't going well, like you get some of these big names that are there showing up maybe just for a paycheck, maybe just to like do it for their kids or something like that.
I feel like everybody wanted to be there for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're just like, this is gonna be tight. Like,
yeah, there's a decent script, like the production value is like there. Like James Marsden, like absolutely kills it.
Surprisingly.
That dude can be hilarious when he wants to be.
I don't like his face, I'm gonna be honest. And I don't mean that, I mean that in the nicest way. I really just don't. He's got something that I call clown face. and certain people have it. Jack Nicholson has it. Tim Curry has it. Certain people have it, and
You think James Marsden has a clown face?
think of a clown without makeup.
I can't.
James Marsden. But
He's beautiful, man.
I know. I think that's another reason I'm intimidated by him, because he's beautiful. He's more beautiful than me. He's like the Charmeleon of Rob Lowe. Like like if there was a 3-part evolution, James Marsden would be the middle part, and Rob Lowe would be the Charizard.
Who's
This guy.
Oh God!
Anyway, enough of Adam's tangents.
All right. So Sonic the Hedgehog is surprisingly good.
Yeah,
Go
I'm actually
see it.
stoked that we got to talk about that as long as we did.
Go watch the trilogy.
No.
I'll just breeze through these next two. So the 4th highest grossing video game movie of all time is Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Here we go.
I know you can't understand me, but put down the stapler or I will electrocute you.
Not bad. I was wondering where Pokemon was going to come in there.
Yeah, so Pokemon is actually the highest grossing video game film franchise.
Well, they've been making...
Because they have, there's 12 movies,
It's
right?
been a while.
Yeah.
I stopped after the second one, but...
Yeah, I think I
Man, why didn't I choose the first Pokemon movie? That would have been a great choice.
I know, right?
I completely... It's okay.
Me
I care.
too.
That's sick, man.
So after Detective Pikachu, Warcraft comes in 2016.
Refresh my memory.
So
Warcraft, that was an actual movie that came out.
yes, that
Did it-
happened.
What? Why though? Like,
Well, because there's World of Warcraft, the online MMORPG, and there's the older Warcraft games that were like kind of
remember that.
real-time strategy games.
that didn't do too. Oh, I guess it did do well then.
Well, I
Like,
mean, World of Warcraft is one of the most successful
So people-
online MMORPGs. They made a South Park episode about
well,
it, dude.
that's the great South Park episode. I'm not gonna lie.
So some like little side facts here is the highest grossing video game live action film franchise is the Resident Evil film
I was gonna say it's
franchise.
probably the Resident Evil one, because that one has about 9,
something like that. Yeah, I don't
9 or
have
10, something like that.
I don't have the exact number of my preparation. I just know
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Well, okay, they tried. I want
Did
to
they,
stay,
though?
No, but I want to stay positive. I want to stay positive.
So I thought it was cool to like kind of compare the highest grossing video game movies and like just like look at the highest rated video game movies. And like there is a little bit of overlap. Like Sonic 3 is like the highest like rated video game movie. Adaptation.
I
Like,
would agree with that.
in terms of like critical response, which is like kind of crazy. It's like who knew Sonic was gonna lead
It's
the
culmination
charge?
of it is the culmination. You're not gonna get me this time. It is the culmination of a trilogy. You need to remember that. So
Yeah.
that the third, it's not like just its own thing. If like Minecraft had a third movie, I'm sure
Maybe
that
it
it
would
would
be
probably
better.
crush town too. So
But like Sonic 2 is also the third highest rated
I
video
was gonna
game
say
movie.
the second one made a lot of money too. I
Yeah.
read. So
No,
I
but,
thought
like-
it made more. I thought it
But
was,
this is
yeah.
like critical rating,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
critics like actually liked Sonic. Like who knew critics would love Sonic?
I knew the fans would, but video game movies get a harsh rap, right? Like they're
they
really
do.
difficult to kind of like break through that mold. You kind of need somebody to tell you, no, it's good. You know,
Yeah.
that's how it was back in the day.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, like comic book movies followed the same vein. But like, yeah, I think with video game movies, it's just like this is kind of going to lead into our next talking point. It's like really hard to adapt a video game into a movie.
Incredibly difficult. Yeah, like the story is more or less kind of the world is set around you, but you're kind of creating the story as you go along.
Exactly.
Nothing's really set in stone. It can be linear as fuck, but like it doesn't. Even anything that's super linear, like you can still make your own way of doing it.
Yeah.
A movie's set in stone.
No, it's true. And like a lot of times, like a video game storyline is set to like drive you through like hours of gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And a movie's got to be wrapped up in like
That's
these
another
days
thing.
2.5 hours, right?
I've said it so many times. Is why like it's always better to make a video game TV show instead of like a movie.
Well, yeah,
Like, unless you're gonna do like 3 of them, like they did with Sonic. They did really good with Sonic. That was cool. But like they nailed that. But like with certain things, it would probably be better. And it's shown like that if you make it into a TV show, it's kind of better than in the movie.
It's a lot easier to explore. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
more to tell. Yeah.
so like I was looking at like the highest rated like video game TV shows. It's like harder to gauge the success of TV shows, especially in this day and age, because like, you know, movies have your box office numbers, the millions of dollars that come flowing in over the course of like days and or weeks and months. But like TV shows are just like, you know, you're not paying a ticket to see a television show. Like these days you're paying a subscription to a streaming service, which a TV show is included in the library, or you're paying for a cable package in which the TV show is on a channel that like you're paying for a piece of anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's much harder to like gauge the inherent success of a TV show. Basically, what we have to go on is like critical response with these ones, right? Like that's kind of what I base this list on. But like the thing is the critical response on like video game TV shows is on average much higher, right? Like the highest rated video game movie is Sonic 3 at 85% positive reviews, right? Going by like certified fresh on like Rotten Tomatoes, you have like Arcane, which is a TV show on Netflix based on the video game League of Legends.
League of Legends, the MOBA.
Yeah, the MOBA. And like that's like a super popular video game. Like it's huge. Like it's the most watched video game on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
was
people
gonna
are
say.
playing it, people are watching people playing it, people love it. As far as I know, like that game has like some story to it. Like there are characters and their characters have like their myth and lore, but there's not really an overarching story driving things together because it's just people fucking each other up online. Arcane is like rated 100% on like Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Like that is crazy, you know?
It must be, you know, something special, right?
Like just for like reference, like Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, like those shows are rated like 96, like 97%.
Wow.
Like and the, like critics like are like, you know, critics aren't like law, right?
They
Like
can be dicks.
but like,
But
you know,
I think in this situation they're not being dicks. I think they're just genuinely like, this is a very, very well done show.
yeah, and like I haven't seen season 2, but like I've watched like season 1 and like holy shit.
Have you
like,
played League of Legends?
I have not played League of Legends.
Okay.
I was like kind of whatever on
Does
this
it
like
make you want to play League of Legends?
it did make and
right?
it did make me want to play
Okay,
League
there
of
you
Legends,
go.
right?
Fuckers.
One of my buddies was just like, "Yo, like watch this show. Like it's good." And like I watched it and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like in the third episode, I thought I was gonna cry, man. It was like it's fucking heartbreaking.
Are they like hour-long episodes or like
yeah, they're
40
like 40,
minute?
45 minute, like
Yeah.
hour-long episodes, like average TV show length. The animation is fucking beautiful. The show looks good. The show feels good. Like
It's a cartoon. It's an animated show.
yeah, it's kind of like a 3D animation style.
Oh, cool! I
It's
didn't
like-
know that. I thought it was like live action human
No.
beings and stuff. That makes me want to watch it more.
Yeah, no, I definitely like if there's a show like if we're gonna stop this podcast and like I'm gonna recommend a show for you to watch, it's like it is Arcane because like that show just like is a tremendous show. And you know what? Like it's kind of a testament to if you throw enough money at something, you can get it right because they spent $250 million like developing and making those first 2 seasons, like Riot Games, because it was produced by the same people who made the games, right?
I feel like they want to make it like they're just like, let's not fuck this up, you know?
Yeah.
Let's make this right. And we have the funding, we have the means, you know, we have the ability. Let's make this right. And then you always, I like to think that there's an audience meter of it too, like the reception of the audience way of it, the way that the audience takes it and stuff. But if you just like properly think this through, properly advertise it, properly like push it the right way, not too much on people, like you can just crush it. Like that's the word of the day. The word of the day today. I said crush like 5 times.
You can crush it from like a
You can
critical.
crush it if you do it right, man. Like that's like if you listen to the people you're trying to make it for. If you're trying to make something that's fan service, listen to the damn fans. Like
it's true. That's the thing too. Is like I feel like there's like there's a fine line, right, between like I feel like there's a lot of fan service in a Minecraft movie, but like that's not really a good movie.
Hey, the background in the whole movie looks like Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's the fan service. Like, you know why? Because it's hard. It's not easy to do it with Minecraft.
True.
I've learned that now later on in this week.
But like when you have like League of Legends, which is like you have so many characters that people like playing as, and they all have lore and like background stories,
That's cool
and
as
then
hell.
you make your show how those characters like kind of came to be and like the lore behind those characters, like
I
how
would
could
be hyped.
yeah, like it's a great show. So I'll like kind of whiz through these next 4. Like Last of Us rated 95%.
Yeah.
Fallout, first season of Fallout 94%. The Witcher 80%. Any dude,
And these are all good games too.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's
right?
never like a bad, mediocre game. It's always like a dope game, and the show is dope. Like,
classic
Yeah.
video game franchise. And this last one, I want to give this last one service. The fucking Knuckles Amazon
Okay,
Prime
so
show.
that show-
75%.
that show, like, apparently did so well. Talk about something that you like. Sure, is gonna make money, but the bet. Like as well received as it did. I'm not saying everything that makes a lot of money is like good. I'm talking about like critical acclaim and shit too.
Exactly.
Like that's wild style.
Like, who-
Nobody expected anything from this franchise. Nobody asked this franchise to exist. People were happy with the subpar Sonic games they were getting for fucking decades. Like they were just like, well, I guess he's in Smash now. It's like for the first time, not to shit on Sonic. I love Sonic, but they've been saying because Sega lost the wars that like Mario is the better one, right? And I always hated that because I like Mario, but I always like preferred a good Sonic game. This is like the ammunition that Sonic fans can finally have
This is Sonic's
to
time.
fight back against these. I love Mario too, by the way, but like to fight back against like the oppression of the the Mario regime, dude.
The Super Mario dictatorship that has
Yeah,
been.
dude. Like Mario can jump faster, but you can't tell me that Sonic isn't. Sorry, jump faster. Mario can jump high. You can't tell me like Mario can't run faster than Sonic. Whatever hat you're wearing is not faster than Sonic. I don't fucking care, Mario.
His name is Sonic.
His name is Sonic. Yoshi is the fastest homie around. He's not faster than Sonic.
Going over this is just like, so like why is it easier for a TV show to be better than a movie, I guess, right?
I think sometimes maybe it's like lightning in a bottle kind of thing. Like right time, right place, right lead,
Yeah.
right distribution, just everything just worked out. The hype of Sonic was still hype enough that people still cared, but it wasn't like overbearing enough that like they were ready for something that wasn't. They were ready for something that wasn't another movie.
Yeah.
They were ready for something that was like exactly, literally like
A bit more.
a 6 or 5 or 6 episode event, and they titled it like that too. Like this is literally just a Obi-Wan Kenobi deal. Like
Yeah.
you know,
like
it's
a
not
miniseries.
going anywhere. Don't think it's going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's why it's another reason why, like, damn, man, who knew? But I think it's just a really well made show. Like the entire Sonic franchise, everything was very well made, visually, written wise. It was always good. So why wouldn't their spinoff reflect that, right?
Yeah, but like I guess I'm just talking about like video game TV shows in general. They're like very much they have the very much higher rating when you compare them to like video game movies. It's just like you have Sonic at like 85%, but then like after that it's like a pretty steep drop off. And like I understand like
after Sonic?
Rotten Tomatoes. Well, after Sonic, it's like Angry Birds at 72%. And
how dare you?
Sonic 2 at 69%, and then Detective Pikachu at like 68%. Like these are like okay movies.
Angry Birds?
Yeah, I know, right? Like Angry Birds is apparently one of the better video game
You see
movie
Angry Birds?
adaptations. I have not. I confess.
I haven't seen Angry Birds, so I can't properly shit on it, but
I mean, apparently you can at all because it's highly rated.
TJ Miller? Or is he the Emoji Movie? I can't remember. I heard that like
I did not
they made
come
sequels, right?
I did not. Well, this is Angry Birds 2, so
Jeez. Paddington 2 I hear is really good too. So, you know,
Yeah.
sequels, right?
there you go. But yeah, it's just like kind of crazy that like TV shows kind of like are so much the better vehicle to adapt video games in general. Because, like, I guess
source material,
like video games have that like longer playtime, that longer story time that
they
I guess
already have a fan base.
is a lot easier
Kinda
to
cheating.
explore in the realm of television in this like episodic format. Like, I mean, when you think about like video games, I think about like missions, levels in video games, right? And exploring that in a 2.5 hour movie is like, okay, maybe you have 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, but like you also have to try and tell a cohesive story. And if you're jumping in between all these like set pieces and like levels and concepts, you're going to lose the thread over the course of like 2.5 hours. So if you break that down into like an 8 episode season over multiple seasons, then you have a lot more rope to kind of like explore those threads and ideas, right?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Like when one idea can realistically be like 8.
Yeah.
Like that's such an important thing. But like,
And video games are a big kind of thing there, right?
yeah, you can't even do that in video games because there's already like 10 million things you could do. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's like that would be really, really, really difficult. Like if you're gonna make a show about a video game, like, fuck yeah, that's hard. Like it's like how can you make that whole thing happen in like one season? Like unless like the first game is like season 1, the second game, but even then it's not enough. You'd probably be missing something.
Yeah,
you're always gonna miss something.
Speaking of missing something, I think we're missing the whole point of why we're here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that's to discuss the 2 best video game adaptations.
Okay.
Followed by the 2 worst video game adaptations.
This is the best by our standards.
Of course,
right?
of course. These are our choices.
Cool, because just want to make sure I did the right thing here. I would have done it either way. If you said like bring one that was like critically acclaimed and made a lot of money, I still would have brought what I brought.
Stick to your guns, right?
Yeah.
We got Ocean's 13 guy over here.
Oh, dude.
So I'll start off first.
Yeah,
and,
please do.
I did kind of discuss this a little bit already, but I would definitely say The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Season 1, because I haven't watched Season 2 yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say The Last of Us is probably like the best video game adaptation like ever, and like you can't quote me on that. I will sit here in this chair speaking to you and say that is an objective fact.
Pedro Pascal.
That The Last of Us definitely one of the best video game.
How many
adaptations.
episodes?
I believe I don't know how many episodes there are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many episodes
Unfortunately,
there are.
that's true, yeah. Unfortunately, whenever I think about like a new show like this, I'm just like, how long are the episodes? How many of them are? Like,
so
how much of my time that I'm not doing this or at work or editing or doing this am I going to have to be able to slam out through this? Like,
oh man,
that's why I need a watching partner.
There you go. I'll watch The Last of Us with you. I'll be there while you are emotionally broken by this TV show that just absolutely destroys the human soul.
You're going to be the last one for me watching The Last of Us.
Like it's kind of not even fair because the game is almost already set up like a TV show. Like the scope of the story,
the game is insanity.
Is just like it's so brilliant, and like each chapter of the video game is almost paced like a TV show. You have like an inciting incident, you have a thread or an idea that they're like trying to explore, and it like builds into this like insane moment, and it's like kind of crazy how the game manages to build on that and build on that and build on that until this like epic conclusion. But like then the TV show like does that and like takes it to like another level and really explores parts of the video game that are hinted at, right? Like there's this character in the video game called Bill. He's a side character, and there's some hints at his storyline, and he's like kind of a quirky character, and there's like some deeper, darker stuff going on in there. But in the TV show, they explore all of it. He has his own episode, and it goes into like him, his family, his reasons, like what he did after the world ended, after the cordyceps infection ended humanity. And
I love how they did something that is more or less plausibly potentially real, not super unlikely, but plausibly real, and found a way to breathe new life into the zombie franchises, because like it was stale as shit.
Oh, for sure.
It was so deader than those zombies. And then this game comes along and just like with the story that it did, and just like I remember people being like emotionally wrecked with the video game and the show. First season, you're saying specifically, like,
man, like if I play that first level of Last of Us, like I'm done afterwards. I like need to take a break and just like recharge, because it's just so emotionally harrowing. And like I'm glad that you brought up like the whole zombie thing too, because like what I love about like the game and the TV show is like the zombies aren't the bad guys.
No,
the zombies are
dead.
The roadblocks. The zombies are like the salt and pepper to the dish that is the TV show, because this game and the TV show is all about kind of revealing the evil that is inherent inside not just humans, but like the natural survival instincts
the non-infected
of humans. It's like what are you going to do to survive at the end of the world? It's just like, if you are drowning, are you going to drown someone else to try and get out of the water? It's like, if you are starving, are you going to steal the last bit of food from someone else who is then going to die because you stole their food? And it's just
it's really difficult. I learned that from Robert Kirkman, who is the author of The Walking Dead.
Okay,
And shout out my buddy Albert, who got me into the Walking Dead comics back in the day. But the whole concept of that was like, oh, zombies, blah, 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 you know? And it was just really cool how after a while, and I guess even in the TV show too, but like the real issue is the people. Like, the zombies are roadblocks. I mean, they're a little bit more than roadblocks in The Walking Dead. They're kind of assholes in that movie, but they're nobody. They have one purpose, and that's to eat you and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're gonna get. There are people that still have their like enough sense and are not zombies, but like just enough sense to like survive, and those like the most dangerous people on the planet that'll like do anything to protect themselves and the people that they love. The interactions that can come with it, and when people show who they truly are, when you get into that animalistic state, that's the zombies don't really seem that scary after a while.
When like I think what The Last of Us does is like kind of comparing it to like The Walking Dead, like you have these like similar themes, but I think what The Last of Us does is like it puts the main characters like in those positions where like you as the audience are like rooting for them, you're invested in them, and then they have to do this like terrible thing, and you as the audience are kind of posed the question of just like, damn, would I do that if I was in that situation? Like if I had to choose between like someone I love and like living, how could you make that choice? It's an insane TV show. It's like so well done. The Neil Druckmann, the game director for Last of Us Part 1 and Last of Us like Part 2, also was heavily involved in the development like of the TV show, and I think that was like how a lot of the themes from the video game like transferred over to the TV show. And it's just like the show is harrowing. It cuts you deep. It asks you questions about yourself. It all of it does that is like by building on these concepts like from the video game and like just taking them to a new level. So like I definitely like that's
like that show is phenomenal, and the game is like even more phenomenal. Have you played the second one?
Yeah, I've played the second one.
Crazy,
definitely
crazy shit, dude.
Two of my favorite video games.
Don't be emotionally unstable when you invest in these games. You're going, I'm not gonna care about the character. You will. I'm not gonna. You will. You're gonna. I'm not gonna cry. You will. I don't care how tough you are. You will.
Well, yes. So we have my super serious, depressing pick, and let's.
Well, that was your favorite.
That was my favorite one.
Okay,
yeah.
So Malcolm.
Yes.
You can do like the beep. Do you like fighting games?
I mean, they're okay.
I really, really, really like fighting games. I used to love fighting games a lot back in the day. And I feel as though you know where this is going.
Oh, no.
In my opinion, and this is, in my opinion, I can do whatever the hell I want. Also, just for nostalgia purposes, I suppose, but also just because I love this movie so much.
Oh,
Mortal
shit.
Kombat, people. And I had to, I before we did it, I was like, you know what, I own it. And I forgot that when I chose it, that I own it.
That's how you know his opinion is genuine.
Yeah. And then you got, what's his name?
Liu Kang?
Yeah, Robin Shao.
Okay.
That's his name, who plays Liu Kang. If you want to compare Mortal Kombat, what year was this? Mortal Kombat, the stickers over it. So, future Malcolm. I believe it was like 1995 or something like that. So this movie, if you're comparing it to The Last of Us, this is not the same thing. This is a little different than that.
Yeah.
This is a biased pick for Adam, because Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting franchise of all time. It's not my favorite franchise of all time. That's a different video. But my favorite fighting franchise, definitely Mortal Kombat. And you know why? Because it goes back to when I had a Sega Genesis and was playing Sonic. When I wasn't playing Sonic, I was playing Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2. My cousins, Gloria, Carla, Daniela, you know who you are, they gave me like their Sega Genesis, I guess, because they just weren't playing anymore and with all the games. And Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2 and stuff. And I was so hyped on this game. I had already liked Scorpion. I mean, who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
Loaded question. Sub-Zero.
It's a good call. Good call. For a quick answer, that's a good call, especially since I just said
Actually,
Scorpion.
no, I'm redacting it. It's Kenshi.
Kenshi's pretty dope as shit, too. Deadly Alliance. Anyway, I didn't know this movie was a thing until it was on TV one day, and my brother was just like, yo, the Mortal Kombat movie's on TV recorded. I was just like, wait, what? Do what? And there's a what? I didn't know. And then so I watched this movie while recording it poorly, by the way. You're supposed to stop it when the commercials come. I think I probably like went to the washroom in like a bunch. The scene where Scorpion and Sub-Zero come in for the first time.
Yeah.
And you know the scene, and they're on the boat, and I just was screaming at the top of my lungs. That's mainly about how Adam loves the movie. It's like essentially like a Monday episode in one sentence. But this movie was also just like very technically well done too. The fucking props, the
production design is crazy.
The production design is actually really, really beautiful. The production design is really crazy. The acting is good. Fuck you. The acting is good.
It's definitely like not bad.
It's exactly what you would need and expect for a thing. Your main characters that need to have emotion. I'm looking at your camera for some reason. The main characters that need to have emotion, which are the main characters, have the most emotion. The only person who doesn't have character development is Shang Tsung. He doesn't have to because he's the bad guy.
Your soul is mine, and our world is theirs.
It has begun!
That's so dope. I just genuinely just love this movie so much. And I just like saw this opportunity as a way to gush about it. Production-wise value, I don't know anything about the numbers or how much it made or anything. I'm sorry about that. But
it didn't do well from what I recall.
Yeah.
It did do well because they made a second one.
Well, they did make a second one. But
which we won't talk about.
We don't need to talk about the second one. But the thing is, I've said the thing is 3 times. I just keep on looking at Robin Shao's like beautiful Dee's body, right? I get lost in thought, right? But yeah, no, I just genuinely really, really like enjoy this movie.
Like I watched this movie recently, like with Christina, and like I was kind of like just like I remember this movie from when I was a kid. Like I wasn't expecting much, and then I was watching it, and I was just like, man, like this movie doesn't really deserve like any kind of like massive hate. Like
this movie holds up.
Is it a great movie? No, but is it a good Mortal Kombat movie? Yeah,
compared to the Mortal Kombat movies that have come out, not including the Machinima Mortal Kombat like web series.
No. Major productions
half
only.
Half of it was trash, and the other half was really, really good. Major productions, yeah. Like unless the one they're coming out, the sequel is good, with Keith Urban as friggin' Johnny Cage. We'll see, but the first one wasn't that great.
Yeah, no, it was pretty boring. I mean, I thought this one was way better than the newer one that came out.
This movie made me laugh, dude. This movie made me laugh, and this movie also got me hyped. That's the word that I was looking for. The fight choreography.
Yes, the choreography.
Is dope. And it's dope in the second one, too. The choreography in this movie is, like, incredibly well done. And also, they tried very hard to recreate, like, the set design.
From the levels,
Yeah, they knew they were working with the first game. They weren't exactly going to touch base on the second game. They did a little bit because they added Reptile at the end and stuff.
Yeah. Which, I'm not going to lie, I didn't really like how they did Reptile.
That was my second fucking favorite scene in the movie. It's like when Reptile becomes human Reptile in that
there you
fight.
Go. Yeah.
That's like my favorite fight in the movie.
But like when he's like running around as like Reptile, like
that sucked.
That's
so
like
bad.
one of those like CG sequences that is just like
they didn't know what he was yet. Like they didn't know fully. I forget what the race is that he is. Future Malcolm, I'm sorry, but he's not like a Tarkatan or whatever like that. Baraka is. But he's like his own race, and they're like these bipedal.
Yeah.
They literally look like humans. They're just like lizard people.
Mm-hmm.
So they did him dirty. You're right.
I mean, but when he does show up, no, I agree with you.
So hype.
The choreography,
So
the fight scenes in the movie are like definitely like a highlight. Like, yeah, maybe the movie like faffs around a little bit, and like there's maybe a little bit of too much bullshit.
That are really, really dumb.
I think they kind of
like in a fun way. Like
I think they kind of do Sonya a little dirty in the movie too. Like I think she's like an actual fighter, like in the game, and
they
then
nerfed her a bit.
Yeah, then she has like that one fight in the movie, and I feel like it's just kind of like her running away or something.
Well, she fights Kano, but Bridget Wilson, I think is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Huge crush on Bridget Wilson. Massive
Add
crush
it to
on
the list.
Can you name me a movie that woman is in where she is not kicking ass and being badass? Even Happy Madison, even Billy Madison, she's dope as shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in Billy Madison.
She's awesome, dude. But
All right, so we
they did nerf her a little bit. You're right, though.
But no, it's like a shame. But at the end of the day, like I would say that movie is overall a plus. Like, you know what's hilarious?
This movie's dope.
Is when I was looking at like movies to try and make my decision, I considered this.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I definitely think like it's not even it like has a Metacritic score of like 68 of 100, and
that's
as far
pretty fucking good for a movie that came out like 30 years ago.
And
like,
as far as like video game movies go too, it's also considered one of the more higher rated ones.
Mm-hmm.
So like I mean, there's a lot to like about this movie. I think they did like overall a pretty good job, especially considering the fact that it came out in like 1996 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely were limited by the technology at the time, but it doesn't necessarily like feel like it's so much when you watch the movie now. Like it holds up. I think it's better than the new one that came out. I think it's a great pick.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hell yeah. Yay, I did it. All right, what do you hate? Now you
All
tell
right.
me what you hate, and I'm going to tell you what I hate.
Now let's go for the worst video game adaptations.
Okay.
So this is one I actually watched recently, and it's based on a video game series that I love, and it's the Assassin's Creed movie.
Assassin's Creed movie with Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender in
He
the
was
lead
my
role.
favorite in 300, and I like him as Magneto.
He's a great Magneto.
He's really good at Magneto. I'm hyped on him. Yeah.
So good. Michael Fassbender's like one of those actors that like I'll probably watch anything he's in.
He's really good.
Like if he's attached to something, I'll just like put it on just because
me
like,
and
he's in it.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nicolas Cage is an interesting actor, but anyway,
You never know what you're gonna get with that man.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed. It's the worst video game adaptation because if you watch it knowing, having played the video games, there are so many frustrating things about this movie. Have you played the games?
I've played the first one, a little bit of the second one, and I played majority of Black Flag, which is the best one.
Definitely one of the best ones. Like I haven't played them all, but Black Flag is definitely
I
one of my
heard the
favorites.
one in London's pretty good too.
So the movie though changes so many things in the video, like the animus. It's like in the game, it's a chair or a table or like a visor or whatever, like through the many renditions. But
I like it when it's like a sun tanning bed. That's my favorite one.
But like in the movie, it's like this fucking arm that they like attach Michael Fassbender to, and he's like reenacting
Desmond.
Like no, he's not Desmond in the movie.
Oh, he's not Desmond?
No, he plays it's like some Spanish assassin.
Oh, I thought he was Desmond.
Yeah, no, he's not Desmond in the movie.
He's not Altair, he's not Enzo.
No, Ezio.
Ezio.
He's not. He's someone else.
Shout out Enzo.
He's someone else. But like, yeah, they totally screw up the animus. Like, and all of them, like, you know, in the video game, it's like the modern day or the futuristic sequences were always kind of like, yeah, let me get through this and like get back to the game. But like, the story was still important to the game.
Yeah.
And like
it
was kind of interesting. It had this like cyberpunky like assassins and Templars feel, but in the movie it's just like so garbage, man.
Well, I mean, the main thing that got me about that was like that was one of the first games was just like, yo, see that? You can get there. You can literally climb anything.
Oh yeah, the open world.
That was the biggest.
Aspect.
That was like one of the first open world things that I was introduced to, and the fact of like you can go anywhere. If you can see, and parkour was huge at the time.
Yes.
So it's just like you can
taking over YouTube.
Yeah, you can literally just like climb anything and stuff. So I feel as though that wasn't translated well. Fassbender was a good choice.
The movie is very well cast.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, Jeremy Irons, Brendan Gleeson shows up for a little bit. There's like so many good actors in this movie, and it's just like I don't understand why it went so wrong. Like they have these sequences where they go to the past when Michael Fassbender is an assassin, like in the 1600s or whatever. I don't know. But like those are the best sequences of the movie, and then they keep breaking the immersion by cutting back to Michael Fassbender flying around this room attached to this like gigantic arm, and it's just like, no, let me see the cool assassins.
Hey, I'm in this movie. Don't forget, it's me.
Yeah. And we did this thing with the arm and the animus. Don't forget we did that.
Hey,
it's so cool.
Remember Michael Fassbender's in this movie?
And then there's like this like huge scene in the movie where he jumps off of the ledge and he does the fucking leap of faith, which is like iconic in the game. And the movie cuts before he fucking lands in anything.
You know why?
Why?
Because they know it's fucking bullshit. So it's fucking a good point. They know it's bullshit, and it is. Fuck you. It is.
This like huge drop, and he's completely fine landing into a hay bale or whatever.
What did you think he's gonna fucking do?
Bingo!
We hit terminal velocity. You can't land anywhere. What did you fucking want, Malcolm? Jesus.
But still, you know, you have this
Yeah.
epic moment in the movie, and it's
Yeah.
just like, of course it would be ridiculous if he lands in like a hay bale, or I don't know, man, like maybe drop him in a river or something. Like maybe that's a bit more
It
believable.
would have been a little bit more believable, but it's
still,
just kind of.
you have this awesome moment in the movie, and you just fucking completely cut. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it violates like so many rules of like storytelling. You
What
know?
if they did like a Looney Tunes thing or like a old Western thing where something breaks his fall before he hits the.
Oh
before
yeah, he hits
hay.
like a bunch of like cloths
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
like an awning or something or whatever they call those things that go over
Yeah.
shops.
No.
And just bounce, and then he hits the hay.
But that's what I'm saying. They could have done something to like at least. I mean, it's a movie about this guy who goes back in time to relive his past. So like,
The movie would have fucking ended right there. Like, and then it took a leap of faith.
and then he splats.
And then credits.
he pancakes everywhere. But yeah, no, it's just like that movie was like so frustrating because it completely like, I don't know, Ubisoft like worked on it too, and it was just like, guys, like, I don't know, like it was so frustrating to watch as like a fan of the game because like there are points in the movie too where like Michael Fassbender will like ask a question and someone will just stare at him.
Oh,
And it's like that.
Love that.
It's like this like
in Twilight.
And the frustrating thing is like as a member of the audience, you also want to know the answer to the question.
Why are you not answering it?
And like, okay, maybe you could be like Michael Fassbender plays like a convict who maybe they want to keep in the dark. Maybe they don't want to tell him everything that's going on. But then the thing is Marion Cotillard's character, who is the daughter of like the main scientist, the same thing happens with her. She asks Jeremy Irons' character a question, and he just stares at her, you know? It's just silence.
Wait,
It's
ask
like,
me a question.
how are you doing today? Like, literally, though.
What was the question?
Like, so bad. Assassin's Creed, worst video game movie adaptation of all time.
Okay. So I have a little curveball for you.
Okay.
Before I get into my real pick, but I was talking about my good friend Enzo earlier today. So back in the day, me and him, and I believe my band at the time, we're called Bavera, with my dear friends Ryan and JC. I believe we all went to go see Resident Evil Extinction.
Oh, damn.
The one in the desert. Adam hates sand.
I don't like sand.
The meme lives on.
Adam hates sand, and I remember watching it and being like, because the first one was actually really good, Resident Evil, the first one.
Sure.
Compared to what it became,
Yes.
the first one is significantly better
Definitely.
than all the others. But
I'll give you that.
like this one was like, this was already like the fourth or fifth one.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were already just like stale, and I feel as though they didn't need to make 3 of them, let alone 12 of them or whatever.
Yes.
I think the last one's called The Final Chapter. My main gripe about with this movie is that I've seen zombies break out of like an 18-wheeler, like, you know, like trucks, 18-wheelers have like the big trailers. I saw zombies break through that, but they can't go through a fence to get into this underground base and
bunker?
kill anybody.
Yeah.
It is so dumb, and everybody looks so cool. There's no way in hell you're wearing that if you're going to slay zombies and take down a corporate. You're wearing the opposite of that. But I was on Wikipedia, and I went like Resident Evil Extinction or whatever, and I was like looking it up. And then it's just like prequel, sequel. I was like, oh, sequel. Oh, okay, Resident Evil this. Oh, sequel. Resident Evil this. And like, it just kept going. It kept going. And I was just like, how many fucking movies did they make? Oh my god.
Too many movies.
So that's my honorable mention. But
oh, he's got another prop.
I audibled mid podcast because I thought it'd be funny because I was going to use this as a prop. But my choice for worst video game movie franchise of all time is Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, the sequel. Fuck this movie.
Oh, damn.
This movie is so bad. Every single person in this movie was replaced except for Robin Shaw and the actress who plays Katana. I don't know her name. She also returned too. Everybody else is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm place yourself in Adam's shoes, right? Let me weave a tale for you from the little time we have left. So I'm hype as shit. I said hype is another word on this podcast. I said a lot. So I'm hype as shit about Mortal Kombat, the first one. I'm loving it. I'm rewatching, and I'm finding out there's a second one that comes out, or that has come out. I think it came out in theaters. I didn't know about it. I heard people walked out. But I got it, this exact one. I got that one, and then I got this exact one at Starstruck Entertainment. That was a video DVD store that used to exist in Sherway Gardens. And I put it in my DVD player, and about 10 minutes in, they kill Johnny Cage.
Yes.
So this is a main character in the... Oh, no, they don't kill Johnny Cage from the first movie. They kill the actor they replaced Johnny Cage with in the second movie. He doesn't say anything except for just like, hey, and then he just gets his neck broken.
Yeah.
Every single thing in this movie looks like it was taken on a blue screen or a green screen terribly. It looks like every single outline is not properly cut out of the green screen or blue screen. The acting is so incredibly over the top.
As long as I have the power, Khan, you will never rule this world.
As long as the portal remains open, your world becomes my world.
Robin Shou decided to not work out and not have a six-pack abs. That's why in the first movie he's always wearing no shirt. In this movie he's wearing a shirt the entire time.
All the time.
It's just the amount of who fucking cares in this movie. Also, I forget who is also in it. I just want to quickly see if I can... James Remar. James Remar's in this movie.
Is he the guy who plays Jax?
Raiden.
Shao Kahn.
Oh, Raiden.
James Remar plays Raiden. And then James Remar is he goes into human form. Oh, did you know that Shao Kahn and Raiden are brothers?
No.
They're not. But in this movie, they are. And Shinnok is their father. And they have to fucking so dumb. And it's just like uncomfortably bad, this movie. This movie is not even fun to watch to make fun of. But I did watch it actually by accident.
By accident.
Because I watched the first one with Travis because he hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's actually not bad. Do they have a sequel? And I was like, oh man, I thought you'd never ask. And then I brought him this, and he was just like, that was like the biggest pile of shit.
One of the strengths of the first movie is like the fight choreography, and then like in this movie,
the fight choreography isn't even that.
But like at the end, there's not even a fight
There
between
is no
two
fight.
people because it's like Liu Kang and Shao Kahn turn into
animality.
They turn
Like,
into dragons, right?
Yeah, and like, well, one of them turns into a Hydra, and the other one turns into a dragon. Like, but I mean, they kind of scrapped the animalities like later on in the games and shit, but you could still do them.
True.
But it's just, oh my god, and also, they also got American Gladiators to play Jax and Motaro.
Oh, centaurs?
Centaurs, yeah, he's a centaur. So they got Malibu and I think the other guy's name was Turbo.
Okay.
To play
legal birth name?
That's their American Gladiators name.
Yeah,
and then they replaced everybody, and just like I could go on and on about how much I don't like this movie, but it has a special place in my heart because it's so fucking bad. And I didn't mean to double down on Mortal Kombat, but I have the DVDs and they're pretty dusty. There they go.
Nice. I think it's very poetic that your nomination for the best video game adaptation is also in the same franchise as your nomination for the worst video game adaptation.
I think that the one that came out recently is better than this
for
one.
sure. All right. Well, I think that's all we got time for today. We definitely ran a little bit over, a lot of bit over, I'd imagine. But let us know about your favorite video game adaptations. Let us know if you agree about our calls and our takes, and let us know if there's any...
Did we forget any?
We probably forgot a whole bunch.
We probably forgot so many.
I know there's so many animated ones and so many TV shows, but like we've already gone like way over.
Did they make Harvest Moon into a movie yet?
I don't know.
I'm waiting.
But until then,
Farmville.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Adios.
We'll see you next week. Nice.
Jutsu.